we are a rudderless ship without Patrick. I'm worried.
Sincerely.
Josh, you want to count us down? You seem to have a better grasp on this than we do.
I absolutely do not, but okay. 1, 2, 3.
This is Hoot and Holler, a podcast about the Ozarks.
This is not necessarily a hot or original take, but seeing Donald Trump just publicly tweet through a breakdown, I think is the only time I've ever felt truly seen and represented by him.
It's so good.
I will say his pettiness against his enemies, I also relate to. I'm like, yeah.
The best part of the week for me,
and his love of.
The best part of the week for me has been the Four Seasons total landscaping.
Oh my God. I spent all day yesterday. Every time I think about that, I lose it. That is the funniest thing that I've ever heard. And then it was like Corey Lewandowski. And then them trying to make it seem like that's what they were trying to do the whole time.
It's the funniest possible scenario. It's the funniest one. And yet trying to play it off, no, we totally meant to be at this landscaping company.
Imagine being the person who took the call at the landscaping company. Because you know Rudy Giuliani called himself.
Just the team that they have assembled, just like the complete, like, Rudy and Corey Lewandowski, you know what I mean? Like, this is not the Avengers, guys. This is
Well, that's he set it up
the Washington
so
General.
well. Trump's been setting this up for months. They've all been working so hard on it to set it up to steal the election, and then they were just so bad at it.
They were just not competent enough to. I don't know why I ever thought that they could steal it, because they're all like, at least Bush had all of those like CIA like psychopath people to help him.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's like they assembled the stupid Avengers. And
it was Mr. Magoo picking a bunch of other Mr. Magoos to try to rule.
But of course, we shouldn't speak too soon.
I honestly can't imagine. Yeah, that's true.
No, you're right. No, they're still
He
still
seems
working
pretty
on
low
it.
energy about it, to be honest. Though, I feel like he desperately. This man never wanted to be president. Does not want to be president right now, but he still has to put up the illusion of it, to maintain his strongman brand. So he's just going to go through a low-effort court battle.
Yeah. He has never been more sleepy Don than the photos I've seen of him. Just, like, looking depressed as hell in, like, his stupid hats and that kind of thing.
Donald Trump right now looks like me when I go to Walgreens to get, like, sad snacks.
It's me going to the gas station down the street in sweatpants and just being like, well, I don't care. They can't judge me. Let me just get my $2 slice
Only
of pizza
God
and go
can
home.
judge him.
Just not... Exactly.
Only God.
And if there is a God, he will.
Yeah. I don't know who I'm more excited to see sad. Donald Trump, which is great. I love that. But also there is a photo going around on Twitter of Stephen Miller
Going to buy booze?
So sad. Yeah, going to buy booze. I'm so excited that he is sad and essentially unemployable at this point.
I think they're all gonna get media jobs. You know what I mean? Like every one of these people who have been fascists for the last 4 years are going to get jobs on Fox or CNN or whatever.
I know. I saw that Rick Santorum, who I hadn't thought about in 12 years, was doing is a correspondent for CNN now.
What?
I'm like, why do we give a fuck what Rick Santorum has to think?
They have
about
Rick
the
on
election?
CNN? Oh my god. Well, I think it was like Taylor
Yeah.
was saying a couple weeks ago, Trump is obviously going to start his own media network now. The Trump network
Yeah,
is coming, and it's
absolutely.
just
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be 24/7, wall-to-wall nonsense that, 70 million people are just going to lap up.
It's
Do you do you think that they give Don Jr. a show, or will he not because
No, I
he's
think.
too
Well, he already has a
incompetent to have
podcast. He has a pretty popular podcast,
show.
I think. So I think he definitely gets the show.
how did I miss that? Oh God.
Is it called Triggered?
Oh God.
Because that was what his book was called, which I mean, as much as liberals have been called snowflakes and triggered for the last few years, I'm seeing a lot of people that are just yelling at everyone to, hey, we're going through something right now.
Oh, well, my
Don't be
favorite
mean to
liberal
us.
takes that I've seen this week are the ones saying, "Hey, you felt like this back in 2016, so have some empathy."
Yeah.
No.
No,
I will not.
Sorry, no empathy at all.
Yeah, absolutely not. Oh God, I'm actually really glad that I haven't seen anybody saying that in all sincerity. I've only seen people on my TL making fun of people who are saying that.
I've seen some.
Bill Maher,
Oh
who is
no.
Oh
who is
God.
my least favorite person in the world, and I have no clue how this guy has not
Yeah.
been Me Too'd at some point, because he's the worst. But and I obsessively watch his show just because I hate myself. But his big new rules thing was we all need to come together like Gwen Stefani and
No.
Blake
no.
Shelton.
I'm sorry, sir.
And
What?
Yeah. No. Gwen, leave him and go do ska music again. That's my opinion.
I've
Absolutely,
been advocating
and I also
for
think-
Gwen to get out of this for years.
Absolutely.
You don't think that that's the way that we should try to heal this country?
Well,
'Cause
and the
that's
thing is
Bill's
that
take.
they all want to come together to shit on leftists.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And they will.
And they will.
Like,
They're going to heal the
uh,
nation by coming together to crush any sort of movement for the people. That's the American way.
Maybe what they will actually do is they'll do like a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, but it's just to execute us for having done mean tweets to Don.
Well, it was nice knowing
if I have to be put to death for something, I hope it's for being mean to Tom Cotton and Donald Trump on the internet.
I want Josh Hawley to put one in the back of my head himself. Like, don't hire someone to do it, Josh.
From one Josh to another. Have the decency.
Do it yourself. Yeah. If there's any kind of honor, and there's not from him.
No, absolutely not.
Has he gone full in on the Trump?
Is he going down with the
You know what I
ship
mean?
like Billy Long?
I think he is. I'll check. I haven't looked at his Twitter feed this morning, but let's see what old...
I think his thing is that part of his faux populist thing is that he needs to get the Trump people to
Well, yeah, but
support
Republicans are having to play this very carefully because Trump's base is very much
and
Daddy
nuance.
Trump, so you can't abandon him if you want to get reelected. But also, there's
Exactly.
there is a schism happening, I think. But we'll see how that plays out.
I think it's it's what my dad is doing right now on Facebook, which I am currently banned from, but he is doing the thing in the Bible that when Christ was being crucified, where he's like, I never knew the man. he's denying Trump 3 times and just being like, I did not like this. And like a month ago, he was like, I am proudly supporting him.
Well,
what happens when you deny Trump 3 times in the garden?
Candyman shows up near me.
A liberal forgives you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, they hug you and say, okay, we're healing now.
I have to admit that I was being a pretty big doomer on election night. I was drunk. I was very
1,000%.
drunk, but and listeners to our patron listeners who listen to the bonus episode can get this in full detail. But I was pretty much on the...
Yeah, you can hear how drunk Harvey and I both were.
Yeah, no, I went to bed very early thinking, this beautiful bastard did it again. You know what I mean? Like, I really thought, I thought it was impossible. And...
Well, and the thing is, I knew going into it that the mail-in ballots weren't going to be counted that night, and I was going to look like Trump was up, and I still fell for it.
No, right. What's funny is I think that even maybe in our chat that we had that conversation of, yeah, it's gonna, or it may not have been this one, but whatever. But we were talking, we were like, yeah, it's the first night, we're really not gonna know, so all the mail-in ballots have to be counted. And I had that conversation with myself before I left work to come home and watch election coverage. And then by like 11:30 that night, I'm just like drunk and like, oh my god, he's done it again, and just like doom scrolling and being sad on Twitter. And then I woke up the next morning like, oh, he's looking pretty good for Biden. I was like, oh, I might have overreacted.
Right. There was a thing on 538 where someone like broke down that it may look like Trump is winning by 20% in Pennsylvania because they weren't allowed to count the ballots.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted this perception that they had won. You know what I mean? And
I genuinely think
it only tricked Trump into thinking he won.
Yeah, I genuinely think Trump thought that like they can only count ballots till midnight. Like anything else that's received. That's why he was pushing people. He's like, no, don't mail in your ballots. And I think it was a genuine surprise. So he's like, oh, they just keep counting.
In retrospect,
even after
in retrospect, I thought this was an evil plan, but I think he was genuinely just confused. No one told him how it worked.
Yeah,
but I feel like part of the reason that I was such a doomer was the media coverage. I was watching NBC because I like to see how high on cocaine Chuck Todd gets on election night. And he did such a bad job of covering this because he was like, wow, this blue wave just did not materialize. Trump's winning every state.
What? Let me look up the count right now. What is the popular vote at? You know what I mean?
I think he was like 5 million.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is every time they tell us they are the majority, they are not. Like that's not. People do not want their policies. They don't want a 6-3 Supreme Court of Catholic.
But
psychopaths.
at the same time,
no offense to good Catholics.
At the same time, I don't think this can be classified as a landslide for Biden. When how could it not be? This should have been.
It's haunting that many people voted for this guy.
This should have been the easiest campaign in history, and yet it was not.
Exactly. I am surprised at how many white liberal people that I know, they're like, this is not America. We just don't do this. I'm like, I mean, historically, this is us. So y'all can't be shocked that, 70% of Arkansans voted for Trump. That can't be.
Yeah, by this point, you cannot be.
You can't be shocked.
They have always wanted to deny that this is who we are, but no, this is the id of America is being a country run by a racist white
And of
man.
course, Dems
Yes.
didn't. They lost some House seats and didn't flip the Senate. It looks like the Senate's going to a runoff, so it's possible that we get a 50-50. So that's something to look forward to, I guess. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing to look forward to.
Is it
At the end of the day, all we get is Biden.
when Joe Manchin holds it hostage anytime they want to do anything progressive, and he's just like, no, I'm not going to let this happen. That's where we're going.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, and like I said, we are absolutely heading for. I mean, the Overton window has just. It's so far gone.
Yeah, this was in a lot of ways it is the funniest result because it was close enough that Don's going to cry, but also the worst result because it wasn't a blowout or anything, which is
Well, and like it's been in the discourse, liberals are going back to brunch. We know that, with a renewed sense of completely shitting on any sort of true leftist policies. For some reason,
they are going to stop sending the resist bot tweets that they send to their senators or whatever are going to stop.
Yeah.
Even though
tomorrow.
all of the ballot, all of the progressive ballot initiatives did so well, but still,
Every time.
that won't translate in any meaningful way. Oh. Good times ahead.
Oh yeah.
Good times ahead.
Well, now I'm sad again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also on the
Yeah.
something we should talk about on the national level was Prop 22, because that's really bad. Prop 22 out of California was the ballot initiative to consider app-based drivers, Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and all that, to make them independent contractors. So now these tech companies don't have to pay. They don't have to pay their employees or provide them with any sort of benefits. They're barred from formally unionizing. They can't sue for wage theft. It's really bad.
The links.
As always, thank you, California.
Yeah, this bastion of the
Technically
left,
liberal
California,
state that we're supposed to like.
because
Yeah, that gave us Dianne Feinstein.
Yeah.
well, because now that these tech companies have seen that they can do this, this is going to spread to the entire country.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, of
And
course. Yeah. Which, if the future is all of these kind of jobs where we work for tech companies and Uber and Lyft, because none of us can, there's no factory jobs or whatever, that's probably the most important labor issue.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everything's moving to the gig economy, and they are setting it up to
a thing where they can pay us $2 an hour to work on Amazon's Mechanical Turk.
Yeah.
I have applied to be a mechanical Turk before, sadly.
I literally do it at work.
Just
And
working for
I would
literal
say my
pennies.
actual wage, I probably make $2.50 an hour in a good hour when I'm just doing it.
Hey, it
Not
adds
good.
up, man. It adds up.
Yeah, I mean I'm at work doing it, so in my head I'm like, this is This is just found money.
Well, I was reading
But also
from an
it's
LA
evil.
Times article that this could end up with drivers earning an average of $5.64 an hour in California.
Holy shit. The links,
yeah.
the links that corporations, and I shouldn't be surprised by this at all, the links corporations will go to fuck their workers over is
Well, yeah,
unreal
they
to
put
me.
$200 million into this ballot initiative. And, I mean, they were going crazy.
Do you know who were like the big donors for it? Is it all like just like
Uber, Lyft,
tech lords?
DoorDash, Instacart, all those things. And they were they had on the app, whenever you got into the app to get a ride or whatever, you had to click through their propaganda for the ballot initiative and confirm that you'd read it before you could use the app.
Oh my god. This is some dystopian nightmare shit.
It truly is.
I mean, that is the thing that we are. When you say that you're a doomer, you are the right one. You know what I mean? We are moving towards a dystopia.
I'm correct. I'm 100% correct. Everything's
Right,
gonna be just jack shit awful.
It is going to be, and this is Pat's big thing is talking about climate. Is we're going to be facing that disaster, and also all of the corporations are going to be paying us nothing to be their
Not only are we
basically just so we can live, just so
we're not.
I mean, we're there.
Not only are we not meeting the crisis of climate change, corporations are just making it worse.
Right.
Another part of this ballot initiative was it allows them to skirt around the environmental protection laws because, and this is, I'm just going to quote from the LA Times, the California Air Resources Board has proposed 60% of the miles driven on ride-hailing trips should come from electric cars by 2030. Under Proposition 22, it will probably fall on individual drivers to convert their vehicles to electric.
Oh, yes. So somebody making $5.60 an hour.
What does an electric car cost? It's like $40,000 or something crazy, right?
It's unreal.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So it's bad. It's really bad, and they saw how well it worked, so they're going to be pumping money into this all over the country.
I mean, if they won California, where would they lose? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly. Where are they going to lose?
Maybe
maybe
Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Oregon. Well, I mean, here's something positive I can say, that at least if we could organize ahead of them, you know, seeing it on the horizon and watching them come.
Where is Lyft?
We could do it.
Where is Lyft headquarters? And joking. Because they don't.
Total
they,
joke,
they,
everybody.
They don't have any kind of like. You know what I mean? Like Like at least Amazon has to physically have some kind of place where they have all of their products.
Well, to tie this back to local news, also this week, Republic announced that they are getting an Amazon distribution center.
Oh, shit.
So, who wants to drive to Republic and radicalize Republic real quick?
Who wants to and drive me to Republic? Again, joking.
But I was looking up because, you know, in the press release on this, it's gonna bring 500 jobs to the area, and I was looking on Nampa, Idaho got a distribution center, and I was reading in the Idaho Times of 9 cities where Amazon put in distribution centers. there was no net gain in employment because they specifically choose areas where unemployment is already at 2%. And so people just leave their jobs from other places and come to work at Amazon, so it looks like they've created jobs while they create actually no jobs for the community that they move into. And they just swallow it up. But everybody will be, they'll get a Qdoba in Republic, and so they'll love it.
Small victories.
Well, anything else nationally we want to talk about before we move on to the locals? Oh, I have something.
I only have three notes, and one is just all caps Don ate shit. But so I thought of the perfect analogy to explain what our guy is going through right now. And a few years ago, I was at Mud Lounge, which is a bar downtown, with my friend after a breakup, and I had been like sending way too many texts, you know what I mean, like to her, and he saw my phone and he said, "Are you on Blue?" Because all of it was like a bunch of straight like Blue texts. Don is on Blue right now.
Oh,
he is.
And he needs someone to sit him down and say, "Don, are you on Blue?"
But
because I was like, "Oh no, this is pathetic. I need to stop."
He has no one in his life who actually cares for him.
Yeah, once Stan Chera died, it was all over for him. So yeah, no, he's a person who can't actually have friends because he's a sociopath, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
what if Don Jr. turns on him? That would be funny.
I would die. Which he won't, because relatable, Don Jr., you just want your father's approval at the end of the day.
Oh, Don.
But yeah, no.
Something else I wanted to point out was that Marjorie Taylor Greene won her race. So we now have 2 QAnon adherents in Congress. There was another woman in Colorado who won her race.
What? She tweeted something crazy the other day, right? I mean, constantly tweeting crazy things.
Yeah.
Because,
She's I haven't checked her feed, but when is she not tweeting something crazy?
I mean, well, I hope she gets to the bottom of the. I hope they lock up Tom Hanks for for his crimes.
I do too. Put him away.
For being America's sweetheart.
Well, I'm locking him up for writing and directing Larry Crow. So that's my one issue.
Netflix has been pushing the money pit on us for over a year now. It's the only ad they give us, despite us watching the movie. Despite it no longer streaming on Netflix. It's not even on there, and it's still the only ad they will give us. They even put it on the children's profile. It's only the money pit. And so I think Tom Hanks should be locked up for that.
Fair.
Yeah, honestly, I understand that.
Lock him up, lock him up, lock him up.
That's what's gonna happen at the rallies. Trump is still gonna continue to hold. He's gonna have a lock him up chance just about random celebrities.
I honestly think that he's going to become more he's going to complete his OAN network or whatever is going to be a QAnon network. You know what I mean? I think
he's gonna go out on the road. I think he's gonna start headlining some clubs. I think he's gonna get.
Don, come to Bookmarks. Have a show.
We could pass around the war hat.
He'll put her on his...
But you're right. It's going to be a 24/7 network of QAnon conspiracies.
Because now now that he's lost for the first time in his life, he is going to do the thing where he just goes all the way down the rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
of all of that. This is so depressing to
Well,
think
that's.
about.
Well, I mean, he loses all the he loses all the time. The man is constantly fucking up, but he's just always able to spin it some way. And I feel like he's finally at the end of his rope here. He's not going to be able to spin this one. Deutsche Bank is talking about trying to get all their money back.
Good luck, sweetheart.
So that'll be very satisfying.
I mean, I will like it if he has to go and hide in a country in South America, like the Hitler conspiracy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if he just has to go into hiding,
Yeah.
like, that's... Like, he can probably go to Turkey. You know, like, Erdogan will, like, take him under his wing.
Well, what about at the regional level? What do we want to talk about?
It was not good. It was
We
not
want
good
some,
here. Like,
yeah, how did Arkansas shake out? Because Missouri is the one. Let's say the one very bright spot for Missouri is that
Yes.
Cori Bush
absolutely.
is.
Yes.
We are in this. Missouri is in the squad.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. Like, no, that's exciting that one act that there's now like 7 good people in out of what 545 or whatever.
Well, I'm proud that Missouri is. She is the first black woman represented or elected to Congress in Missouri. So I'm really excited to see
it's one of the things.
Corey's able
Yeah,
to
it's
do.
one of the things. It's insane when people say that and they're like, "Oh, this is our first black woman we've ever elected." Where it's like
in 20
Yeah.
years into
yeah,
Yeah.
this century.
Um,
Well, small victories,
Yeah.
right?
yeah. No, I mean that's
Because the rest of it was pure dog shit.
Yeah.
that's where I try. That's where I try to find any kind of hope. Is that well, this is one good thing that happened.
Anything good happen in Arkansas?
You know, not really,
How
but
did we have a Duggar question for you.
yes.
Did he win?
He did not.
Give us the update.
So, Jed Duggar, I'm pulling up the results again, sorry. He lost to Megan Godfrey in the 89th state rep district in Arkansas, obviously. It wasn't particularly, I mean, he got like 44% of the vote. Megan Godfrey got 56% of the vote. Nobody is really shocked that this happened. He had a Facebook post conceding that night. I'm very grateful to everyone who supported my campaign in Springdale and all who came out to vote for conservative values. While I'm disappointed that we came up short, I am grateful for the opportunity to listen and learn from so many amazing people to make Northwest Arkansas.
He did listen and learn?
Yeah, he did a listen and learn.
That's the most liberal bullshit ever. Is anytime like a celeb gets Me Too, they're like, I'm listening and learning.
Pretty much. Make Northwest Arkansas one of the best places to live in the USA. Called to congratulate Representative Megan Godfrey on her win last night. I thanked her for keeping the campaign focused on the issues and being courteous throughout this campaign. Even though he's the one who sent out that weird mailer of her from a homecoming parade, because she went to the U of A up here. And it was just like, she's a liberal princess.
Right. Did we post that anywhere?
I don't think so. I'll put it in the media.
Okay, you should. Yeah, it's so good.
It's so funny.
Put that on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She won homecoming queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That means she's a stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it was making her out to be like she was at like this like a radical protest being a princess. She was at a fucking homecoming day parade.
Right. Did they not see Legally Blonde and know that sometimes sorority girls can be very smart and
Josh, I
overachieve
want you to think about the question: if the Duggars let their children watch Legally Blonde.
Okay, true.
That is not wholesome.
One, it's not
media.
wholesome media, but it is about a woman who is empowered and it gets higher education, which those are things they do not fuck with.
Yeah,
That
they're
is
like,
certainly not allowed.
No, this is not how your brain should function, ladies.
The only education a lot of those girls go on to get is they train to become midwives. I have really dived deep into the Duggar gossip this week.
Do they train them to be midwives who specifically are stopping abortions by forcing babies out, like, early?
I don't know the answer to that. I do know that they are very much that you can make the loving choice of having apparently an at-home birth with no pain medication. I don't know how that's a loving choice.
Oh.
Are they gonna trot out Are they gonna trot out another member of the Duggar family?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
and this
just
is-
keep the next one that turns 18
Okay,
every
yeah.
time.
I was fixing to say it's like I keep getting older, but the Duggars keep staying the same age.
Taylor, thank you.
Yeah. Like, well, there'll be another one after this one. I'm sure he's gonna go on to a courtship of side hugs until they get married and they pop up 8 or 9 kids. So, but he's still
Like, honestly, they are going to win by having so many kids who also have so many kids that take over Arkansas.
honestly, you're not wrong. But a lot of the girls are moving out. Like one of them moved to California. Was a big deal.
Oh no.
Her
Oh,
and Jim Bob and Michelle are not on good terms right now because she's living a sin life, still saying that she believes homosexuality is a sin in California. So
just because she's saying
Yeah,
it in
that's
California.
the Duggars
They've written her off.
should have to do Rumspringa, like the Amish do, where they send them away for a year and let
Yes.
them like smoke and drink and maybe do a little bit of sex. And
a little bit of sex
a little bit of sex.
Just hand jobs.
Yeah.
over the pants handies.
And
Yeah.
dry humping.
Yeah.
And then if you come back to the Duggar clan, that is your choice.
It's oh man, yeah. They leave the small quaint community of Tawny Town and they come to the sin den of Fayetteville.
Exactly. No, Duggar.
I think they need to
Rumspringa is
run
what we need.
a Duggar woman. A Duggar woman needs to launch an insurgency campaign here.
Well,
Show them how it's done.
I
woke
believe-
liberals would be like, we need more Duggars. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
it's like more female guards.
We need Duggar women in
Yeah.
Yeah.
government. We need more women to pass anti-abortion laws.
Yeah. I mean,
I know that's why
that's
when
what-
people
that's
were
what we have now, and
when people were
people-
celebrating was it Marsha Blackburn over in Tennessee back in 2016, they're like, "Oh, she's the first, I don't remember, whatever from Tennessee." And they're like, "First woman senator from Tennessee." And we're like, "Yeah, it's still not good." She's going to try to actively harm women and people of color. Like, it's not
Yay.
worth celebrating.
yeah, that's the thing is when people just have no actual like ideals,
Mhm.
and it's just like I'm not happy that Nikki Haley was Secretary of State, whatever she was. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because she is a bad person.
Yeah. And probably
I got on Instagram just for a
Mhm.
second yesterday and immediately saw like 3 glitter Kamala gifts. So I had to get out. I had to
Yeah,
get out.
I saw a lot, and I get it. You know, I do get that there is, it is good that we have a woman in office now. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing. I think we talked about this the other day, but like Hillary beating or losing, and I was like, who's worse, Joe or Hillary? And I think she's better only in that we would have had a woman as president.
yeah.
How secretly mad do you think she is this week?
Oh, you know, she's just seething.
Hilarious.
She
She
probably
is
snapped
so
poor little
upset.
bony Bill Clinton in half.
At some point on this podcast, I want to force all of us to read the book Rodham.
Oh,
Or
no.
there's going to be a Hulu series that Ryan Murphy
Oh,
is
no.
doing.
Oh,
It's going to be
God.
Oh, no.
I read the book. It is trash, but it's
Why is Ryan Murphy? Is it going to be a horror?
I want it to be a Glee
It-
version.
yeah, just sing about Bill doing rapes.
Yeah.
Like in the
no.
book, she runs against him, Bill, and Trump endorses her. It's an insane book. I cannot
What?
even explain this
What?
book. She also gives him roadhead.
What?
Yes.
Josh, what's going on right now?
I don't know who this book is for, because women that love Hillary don't want to see this version of her.
Okay, I now realize this is not Hillary's autobiography you're talking about.
No.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think I knew what we were talking about at first. Cause what in the fuck?
I was like, I'm pretty sure I read that book. I do not remember this, Josh.
I would have loved if in living history she was like, okay, me and Bill were driving downtown and I just started sucking him. Like, that would have been funny.
I have
Like, no, there's graphic descriptions of sex between the Clintons.
Oh God. You're right. Who
But she runs against Bill and Trump
In 2016.
Is this what you
Yes.
said?
I
Who wrote this?
Curtis Sittenfeld, who I think this is the first thing I read by. She also wrote one about Laura Bush that
Oh
I don't
no.
Curtis, what is your deal?
Okay, I'm not trying to be mean or shame anybody because I'm in therapy. The person who wrote this book absolutely needs to be in therapy. They got some shit they need to work through.
Their therapy is good for
Yeah.
you. Please go
Yeah.
there.
We're gonna do a tier on Patreon to get this person to go to therapy.
Yes.
Start a GoFundMe.
My ultimate goal is that we make enough money that I can go back to therapy.
I
need it too.
Yeah,
We all
absolutely.
need it.
Because she operates out of a building right by the Yakov Smirnoff Theater.
Oh, so this is not the author, the therapist. Okay, sorry.
No, Yakov is not my therapist. But that would also I'd probably pay him double.
Yeah, honestly. You
Hey everybody, we need you to subscribe to the Patreon so we can start seeing Yakov
maybe
on a
we could
regular
get like a
basis.
group
Do you
therapy
think we
rate.
could get him on?
Honestly, we probably could.
I have two dream guests. One is my therapist, and one is Yakov.
Oh, what if we all got our therapist to come on here?
Let's make it
I
happen.
would say, just read your notes. Whatever you said, read them on here.
Yeah.
They would mostly
Well-
say, Josh is trying to make me think he's funny again instead of working through what his actual problems are.
Not only is that in my therapist notes, she has told me that several times. And when I told her I was a stand-up comedian, she was like, "Yeah, that makes sense." And I was like, "That's offensive."
You're rolling in here and doing bits instead of.
Do you give your therapist access to your
Oh
Twitter
no,
feed?
absolutely not. I did also block them on Facebook because they showed up. She showed up because I guess her phone number is connected to her Facebook or whatever, like a psychopath. And she showed up under my people you may know because it pulls from your contacts, I guess. And I was like, nope.
Nope.
I want my therapist to see mine just so she'll be like, he's kind of funny.
Well, it'll shorten the process
Yeah.
when you go
Honestly,
in. You won't have to
if
explain
she just
as much.
read it, she would be like, oh, I see I see what he's doing here.
Let's see what's
Yeah.
going on here.
I think
My man has been breaking down all week. It would save time.
I was on blue on election night.
Oh yeah.
I tweeted too much. I'm sorry.
No.
I've tweeted too much all this week. Like, it's just been a nonstop breakdown.
Oh, I've gotten nothing done this week. I've been drunk twice and gotten nothing done.
I bought a dinosaur hat, and I have so many books stacked up around the store that have not been shelved.
What does the dinosaur hat have to do with it?
I think I posted it somewhere. I'll send it.
You did. I saw it.
Okay,
I saw it. I think on Instagram. Maybe. I think we should talk about. I hope that you wear the dinosaur hat with the Phoebe Bridgers sweatpants.
Yeah. Then maybe Phoebe will finally notice me.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Bud.
Thank you.
I hope she picks you king.
How about some Seitz watch?
Yes.
That's the main thing that I
Let's
was
check
so
in.
excited.
Our guy won
By what kind of spread?
It's
with 77%.
Taylor. It was
vote.
crazy.
Tom Cotton didn't even win by that much.
Yeah. So we're stuck with old Brian. He hasn't been too funny since he in the last week. He hasn't posted anything too crazy. The funniest thing I have in my notes here, Jesus, OG Superman, normal standing guy, Carol Baskin. So let me break these down for you. He posted a photo dump, I think on election day, where, well, first the post said, hold on, let me bring it. Fear, fire, foe. That one? Yeah, fear, fire, foes from a favorite book. And I looked that up. That's a Lord of the Rings reference.
Oh.
I thought it was gonna be C.S. Lewis, because I think the only thing that
Yeah.
sci-fi Christian nerds read are Lord of the Rings or C.S. Lewis.
Yeah, it's God, this fucking nerd. Men and women of faith storm the gates and vote. Red wave, MAGA. And then there's a pretty funny photo dump. Most of them are just Trump memes. There's a Superman logo that says Jesus, the original Superman.
Is he in that? Because he should have made that himself.
That's
it should have
just
been
a
him
text.
like ripping open like his jacket and showing it.
But instead of the Superman logo, it's a cross.
Yes.
With a beam of light. And then he just posted, that he was grateful he won. He posted he's already been up to Jeff City this week. Normal standing guy. Also in that photo dump was a picture of him and his wife, who bears a passing resemblance to Carol Baskin. I just want to say that. But in the photo, he's standing, he's standing like a totally normal guy.
I'm looking at this right now, and it's fucking hilarious.
Well, someone in the Discord pointed out the enormous set of keys.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's like 3 carabiners on that thing, I'm pretty sure.
What do all these keys unlock?
He has to be like a custodian at like 20 different schools, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, he's the manager of a racist car wash.
And that is actually the name of it, racist car wash.
I pulled in to get a car wash here one day. This was last year, not knowing that he was connected to it in any way. And then I promptly left because there were signs posted everywhere that no loud music could be played, hats had to be facing forward, and pants had to be securely fastened.
Fastened.
I'm raising the roof right now. Like, when you said that, I was like, yeah, just any of them doing no sagging pants. Like, that's the most, like, 90s-ass racist thing to say about anyone. It's just like, we know these young men with their sagging pants. So
And the hats.
right. Yeah, no.
Backwards hats. Good lord. But what is it with all these Republicans and how weird they stand? Why can't any of them stand normally?
I will say Trump stands weirder than Seitz.
He does.
Oh, for sure. No one stands weirder than Trump.
He's like leaning out.
Maybe I will miss him when he's gone.
I don't think he's
no,
gonna.
Biden. He's never gone. You're
Yeah.
right. Biden will be funny. So
Mm-hmm.
in the bad in the bad way.
Lying dog-faced pony soldier that he is.
He will literally come into a press conference and challenge like Jim Acosta or whoever to a fist fight if if he asks him a tough question.
Would
I hope
personally,
so.
I would get cable to see that on pay-per-view, if we're being honest.
So Seitz hasn't been too funny this week, but the only thing of note is that leading his entire campaign, he was a Trump guy, like always posting very funny, I love Trump, I want to make out with him pictures. But since the election, totally silent.
Oh no!
They gotta grieve. Everybody grieves differently, I guess. Imagine, I honestly can't imagine just the disappointment and shame it would be to like hitch your wagon to such just an unlikable, stupid person that is Donald Trump, and then up until the 11th hour, being like, yeah, he's a real man for the people. I love him so much. I want to kiss his ass. And then he loses, and you're like, oh no.
I have never had any problem hitching my wagon to someone like Bernie or Ralph Nader or whoever, because I'm like, at least I believe in them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah we're gonna lose, but I would rather lose with them than win with someone like Joe fucking Biden.
I'll always be a Ralph Nader stan.
Yeah.
Sometimes he says things on Twitter that I pretend not to see.
Yeah, he did. Him and Noam Chomsky both. Like, they're always forgiven in my head.
Ralph Nader has saved more American lives than probably anyone.
Really? Like, it's
That's
true,
fact.
yeah. And that's why I get so mad when liberals, like, come for him. Is I'm like...
Yeah, I will not allow it in my house.
In my bedroom, I have a Ralph Nader president sign up that's framed.
That's...
I thought you were going to say you would allow it in your bedroom.
Yeah.
We can talk about if we want to, the police chief in Marshall, Arkansas, which isn't too far from Harrison, who had to resign yesterday because they caught him making death threats on the free speech app Parler.
Oh, is that one of those like ones that Nazis made because they all got kicked off of Twitter for being Nazis?
Yeah. It's the land of free speech. You can follow Ted Cruz on there, a bunch of QAnon people on there.
Is my man Milo on there?
This sounds like
I'll
bad
log
news.
in if I can see Milo's good tweets again.
I don't know if Milo is on there, but a man who was on there was a man named Lang Holland. He was the police chief of Marshall, Arkansas. He famously put out a memo, I guess is the right word for it. Excuse me. Earlier this year when the Arkansas mask mandate went into effect, saying that people need to take personal responsibility. He's not going to be enforcing any mask mandates, and you just need to stop being afraid of COVID. And like posted it out on the city's like Facebook page.
It's always funny when they do it from like the official accounts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when they just like logging in to City of Springfield or wherever, and it's just like, yeah,
something totally unhinged.
Sometimes they do it on accident, but sometimes I think they do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, who was he leveling death threats against?
Well, bad news, guys. Death to all Marxist Democrats. Take no prisoners. Leave no survivors.
Marxist Democrats?
what is the term for when something is cognitive dissonance?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, these people have no idea what they're even talking
that's the
about.
thing.
They don't even know what they're mad about.
Motherfuckers, I wish that Joe Biden was what you're saying he is, but he's not.
That would be so tight.
I had this conversation with one of my dad's Facebook friends last night because I was drunk and looking to pick a fight. And that was something I said, I wish that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were these, socialist leftists that you guys think that we have elected, but he just George Bush Jr. light. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Somebody that I work
and
with.
that's the fuck of it all, is that we could have had, we knew they were going to run their campaign. The GOP was going to run a campaign against socialists, no matter who the candidate was. So why couldn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. If that was going to be the campaign all along, which it was.
And he would have made materialist arguments that would have I know it's like a hack thing to say, but my man would have won. And I think
we saw those polls, those Fox News polls that came out the day after Election Day. I mean, those, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but massive numbers of people on a Fox News poll who want progressive policies that would have material impact on their lives. People want this. The data is bearing it out, and the Democrats are running away from it.
He would have said, exactly, I will give you health care, and I'll give you $2,000 a month for the pandemic. Do you think people are not going to roll out and vote for that? They will.
Yeah.
Because he, much like Ralph Nader, he saved a lot of lives during the pandemic because of him up there, like, fighting for unemployment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I don't know.
But instead we're just getting another Republican Party. Cool.
Yeah, he's unhateable. I don't think that anyone can see him and
Bernie?
actually hate him.
No.
Oh yeah, certainly not. I think he did stand a little too hard for Biden, if you ask me, but he did not have to go that hard.
I mean, it's because they're friends.
Well,
you know
and
what
then
I mean?
for Joe to turn around and shit on him anyway.
Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about in my 3 show notes that said Don ate shit. Is did you see the lineup of people that he's thinking about putting in the cabinet?
I haven't yet. No.
Meg Whitman. Garcetti.
Meg Whitman.
Oh God.
These are the worst people. Just please give me Bernie as Secretary of Labor. You can give us a little bit of
a treat.
Something. Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising to me that there would really. Oh no, it's not. But I honestly can't think of anybody more qualified to be.
Pat made the point that if Buttigieg does go to VA secretary or whatever he's being tapped for, that would actually be great because we won't see hide or hair of him.
Yeah.
He'll disappear in there.
I
do want that appointment to happen.
I was going to tweet the other day that Biden was the worst of any of the Democrats that were running, but I was like, actually, Pete's worse.
Oh yeah.
Hate him a little bit more.
And hide him in there as some sort of secretary, so that, because we're in trouble if we have to listen to him for the rest of our lives.
No kidding.
And we probably will, unless the Lord takes us to heaven in the rapture, which is that's my
what I got
plan,
my fingers crossed for.
Yeah.
Except that there's no, I'm not being raptured. I hate to tell you this. I hate to be the one to break this news, but I'm going to be left in the hell on earth. So.
You're being left behind?
Yeah, I think all of us
Okay.
stand a pretty good chance of being left behind.
But actually, it's all of the Republican Christians that are going to be ascended. So once they get out of here, we can rule the earth.
This
The
will be
meek
the
shall
best
inherit
world
the earth.
possible, right? Like,
Okay, new plan. Radicalize Jesus to get him to enact the rapture.
yes, sir, please. now that your boy that you love, that hugs the flag and kisses the Bible, has lost, just take him up there with Stan and just enjoy it.
COVID's got a second chance.
I wanted to talk about Amendment 3 here in Missouri. Mostly.
Once again,
I
where we
feel
got
like-
boned, right?
Oh, boned so hard. This is bad. And I feel like I dropped the ball. I personally dropped the ball here.
Did you vote the wrong way because it's so confusing?
No, I voted the right way, and here I knew which way I was supposed to vote for it, but I mean, I didn't do anything to get the word out about this. And I mean, it's precisely because this thing was so confusing. And okay, let me just get into it to explain. Okay, so Amendment 3 in Missouri was rolling back the Clean Missouri Initiative, which voters passed in 2018, 2 years ago. And we passed that 2 years ago, and it eliminated partisan gerrymandering and a few other things. But it made it so that in redistricting, there would be an independent demographer who would do all the technical work on the redistricting, and then it would be reviewed by a citizen commission. So it was a good thing. But then they came back with this amendment 2 years later, and let me read the actual ballot language for you and see what you think here. Shall the Missouri Constitution be amended to ban gifts from paid lobbyists to legislators and their employees? That sounds good, right? Reduce legislative campaign contribution limits. Well, that sounds good. Change the redistricting process voters approved in 2018 by transferring responsibility for drawing state legislative districts from the nonpartisan state demographer to governor-appointed bipartisan commissions, modifying and reordering the redistricting criteria. Here's where we run into trouble.
Well, can I say this? Do you think that they are specifically going to draw a line around every cop's house in St. Louis so Cori Bush can't be reelected?
Yes. Yes. It is so fucked up. We're going to since 1875 in our when we do redistricting, we count every single person, and every other state in the country does that as well. You count every person. Now, Missouri leading the way, we're only going to be counting eligible voters now. So children won't be counted. Non-citizens won't be counted. So about 1.5 million Missourians just won't be counted at all in the redistricting process. And we're going from this independent demographer who just does runs a computer system to draw up the districts, to now the districts are going to be chosen. The Governor Parson, who, well, we didn't talk about this, but won.
Yeah,
by a lot.
And I knew
he's going to be appointing.
I knew he was going to win, but it also was very sad that he won.
It was sad.
Yeah.
Because he fucking sucks. So, but he's going to be appointing who does our redistricting now. And
that's
another
okay.
thing it does,
I trust him.
Oh, yeah.
It's also, it limits the legal recourse that citizens have to challenge the maps, because before you could just bring a challenge to the courts on the whole map. Now you can only bring a challenge in the district where you reside.
Oh yeah, that seems legit. That seems great.
Very normal.
Every district in the state would have to get together and bring independent lawsuits to challenge the whole map. But I mean, they purposefully made it so confusing because on the ballot it sounds so good. Like, limit campaign contributions, of course. Ban gifts from lobbyists to legislators. That's a great thing. Completely, radically change how we draw the districts in the state.
I love how they just slid that in. Just like, and this. I'll take this.
It's one of those things where it's like ... and then the actual thing.
And I mean, and the thing, we already voted on this 2 years ago. And voters said that they wanted it the good way.
When in Missouri, whenever we have one of these like state ballot things, we all vote the right way, and then the Republicans are like, let's just go ahead and not do that. They did that with the minimum wage increase. Like, they will just keep doing it.
And because we have no strength in our opposition party,
exactly.
whatsoever,
it
just happens.
We put Billy back there, so by like 50 to 60 points, like it was something just astronomically sad.
Well, which one of our listeners is gonna run against Billy next time?
Yeah, someone, please.
Absolutely.
Run against them.
We gotta make it happen.
At least you can build your media profile or whatever.
We will, we'll boost you to our 50 followers.
I will say, I would run against him if I was not completely unelectable. People can see the Twitter.
I tweeted out "Death to America," so I am hereby banned from office.
There is a post of me burning a flag when I was 18. So I think it's that.
There is a video of me doing a burlesque routine in 2017 where I bash a paper mache Trump head with a baseball bat.
Okay, so
I think we're all unelectable at this point. But yeah,
Taylor, I think it's on you. You got to win this.
Yeah, Taylor,
move down here.
Yeah, that's
or move up here.
Yeah, up here. That's exactly what my life needs. It's going so great as it is. I need to move to Missouri.
Run against it. Run against the Duggar if a Duggar ever wins.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
If a Duggar ever moved into my state rep district and no one was going to... I would run. Just to get in the paper to make fun of the Duggars.
Yeah.
Another thing, when I was reading about Amendment 3, and I mean, here's where... Because I have to be honest, I did nothing to spread the word about this. But the Clean Missouri is who was running the campaign for the no vote, and Fair Missouri is the one running the yes vote. And Fair Missouri raised $247,000, and Fair Missouri, that's the bad one. That's the one who wanted this terrible. But Clean Missouri raised $4.1 million, and yet, I don't want to knock whoever organized on this. I'm sure that they've been working really hard on it, but I did not receive a mailer. I didn't see a television commercial. I didn't see a social media post. And granted, I'm not on Facebook, so maybe they ran a hard Facebook
It was
campaign,
all pushed into Facebook.
This information did not reach me, the voter.
Mm-hmm.
And with a 4.1 million budget, I'm kind of wondering why.
It's like some Lincoln Project shit. They raised all that money.
They just
like,
what happened?
Pouring out of their pockets. You know what I mean? Like, so many people grifted this election because so many people were willing to just let people take their money for good reasons.
I saw lots of liberals posting like, "Oh, the Lincoln Project has to be crying right now."
On
and this
Tuesday,
was on
yeah.
Tuesday night when everyone was being a doomer. But I was like, "Are you kidding me? they're so happy right now. They have millions of dollars to elect Republicans.
This is what they want. You know what I mean? And
it worked. Their plan worked exactly according to the plan. This Amendment 3 thing, it's really bad. Like, really, really, really bad. We're going to be the most gerrymandered state come next year. And the thing is that there's no way to unfuck it.
No.
Because it goes into effect for this last census, which the census was already fucked. And then in 2021, once they draw the lines, those are the lines until 2030.
Oh, God.
So there's no chance of unfucking
until 2030, when we're all going to be dead.
Except...
Well, no, we're not. Actually,
climate change is going to have gotten us.
We are going to be unfucked because the Christians we've raptured to heaven, and we will all be living our lives, just having fun.
Well, Josh, now that you've said true. Jesus isn't going to come back. If that's what all the people on Facebook say. Jesus is not going to come back, and we're expecting him.
That's true. My entire life has been people telling me Jesus is coming back for you. And it's like, at this point, I don't think he's coming.
Well, that's one of the major problems in this country is because
we've been stood up by Jesus.
Half the population, they don't even care about climate change because that's what they've been promised their whole life is total death and destruction. So they're like, bring it on.
So
this is what I've been waiting for.
I can't log into Facebook, and I did want to read some of these posts that my dad, who is having a struggle session about this, and
I would be lying if I said I didn't creep your dad.
Did you?
Oh, of course I did.
Because he's public, right? Like,
yeah, he is publicly going through it, and I appreciate it.
He has like 5,000 friends. Like, it's honestly freakish. Like,
oh my God.
You shouldn't be doing this.
Your dad's an influencer?
But he tweeted something. I think I sent it, like, where he was just like the socialists and the well, wait, what was the infanticiders? That's what they always come back to. But anytime that they and this is my experience with the Christians all the time, is they're just like, well, you're going to hell. And that's kind of he's like, okay, it's fine. I had a nightmare last night because Trump lost, basically. And it's like, well,
that's fine. Yeah, you're all going to hell anyway.
What they think that's them owning the libs still. It's just like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like on
you're gonna go to hell.
On his deathbed, I'll probably be standing there and he'll be like, enjoy hell.
Well, have the comeback ready.
What is my comeback, though? How do I come back from that?
See you there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it warm for me.
Oh. Do we have anything else?
I do love no.
What do you love?
I was just gonna say, I do love that Josh and I's dads are just very publicly going through it on Facebook. I do think that they would be friends in the way that Josh and I are friends.
Like, just when you see someone just struggling online, just be their buddy.
Yeah.
My dad is a 90-year-old man because I was adopted by my grandpa. So I assume he's struggling because he had a "Y'all need Trump" sticker on the back of his car. But thankfully, he doesn't know what a computer is. So.
Can I get a "Y'all need Trump" sticker now? How many red hats are there in factories right now? You know what I mean? Like,
and they're all gonna.
You almost feel bad for all of, like, the third world countries that are gonna get this
they're all going
merchandise.
Kenya is going to have so many of these.
Yeah.
Things.
Haiti is everyone's gonna get a Trump hat.
The only other thing I wanted to say, if I can look at my show notes that say donate shit, is last night I went to a Chinese restaurant out of Chestnut? It's downtown-ish.
Mongolian
And
barbecue.
there were 4 people in front of me who weren't wearing masks and were being very aggressive to the 19-year-old boy who was working. And I, no clue. Why are you being mean to this kid? He's just working. And what he said to me is, nothing in my life is going to change because Joe Biden's the president, but I'm happy these people are sad.
Hell yeah.
That's the sentiment.
That's how I felt all week. Is nothing good will happen, but it's
That's
funny.
Exactly it.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to be good, but Four Seasons Total Landscaping is extremely funny. So.
Yes, exactly. And
I wonder if they have merch.
I know.
oh yes,
The merch. I need the T-shirt. I would wear it.
yeah.
Well, cool. A lot to look forward to for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, no, and from now until 2024, when they make us elect someone else horrible, we are going to talk so much shit about Joe Biden. So,
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
Long Neck Bitch going to be the VP candidate or the P candidate? President or vice president?
I see him running as a P, losing, and then becoming the VP.
Carlson Cotton, 24.
no, I
Oh, God.
honestly think it's gonna be Hawley and Haley. Haley. It's just
It works.
exactly.
It works. Oh no.
But and they'll probably win. That's what I'm so scared of. Is the I honestly don't know at this point the way forward for the left. And it's been something I've been thinking about. Like, this is a depressing outcome in that way. Or it's like, what do we do now?
Well, I don't know. I think the only thing, we just have to get hyper local and focus on mutual aid. Focus on taking care of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we should run a bunch of, I think we should not be afraid to run a bunch of funny local campaigns. Just go out there and make a fool of yourself and get the ideas out there. Of course you're going to lose in Missouri. You're going to have a humiliating defeat, but go into it knowing that and get the ideas out there, because people do like the ideas once they hear them. We have data that bears this out. So.
Yeah.
Well, is it plug-in time?
I believe
Plug-in
so.
time. We have a Patreon that you can join. The first bonus content. Have you guys listened to the bonus episode? Did you get a chance to listen to it?
I haven't yet.
I haven't yet either.
It's pretty depressing.
You can just hear my descent into sadness all night.
If you've ever wondered what it would be like to get an entire night's worth of drunk voicemails from me, then boy, you can find out for just $1 on patreon.com/hootandholler. And we're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Hoot and Holler Pod, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Right, guys? What about personal plugs? Taylor?
You can follow me on Twitter at Tay Hearnhay, HERNHEY.
I'm at Harvey the Haint on Twitter.
Don't follow me. You won't like the content.
I can't recommend
don't
enough
follow
that
me
everybody.
If you want good content, don't follow me.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to see me break down online constantly, it's at Joshua Arnett. Which I was like, I need to grab this before someone gets famous with my name. And they didn't. It was just Josh Hartnett. It's like so close, though. So close.
I want to give a thank you to my friend Austin, who helped us get these microphones this week. We have microphones. I hope we sound better.
Thank you, Austin.
We sounded better last week, right?
Yeah, last week was an improvement. I hope this week is
that
also
first episode was troubling
that was rough
to listen to, yeah. And just that people were nice about it was insane to me.
I know.
I mean, the content was good. I'm gonna, it's not modest, but it was good content. Just completely unlistenable.
That's how I felt, where I was like, I want to send this to people, but I also don't want them to be mean to me.
But I'm so ashamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I need them to know who Brian Seitz is.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Well, do we plug anything else? I'm only part-time on this.
We need a send-off. We'll probably figure it out, but we need one.
Well, I think we agreed in the bonus episode that our listeners are Hooters, correct?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
You can blame that on the 2 cans of champagne.
Oh. Canned champagne.
You can buy champagne in cans, so.
Do you still pop it off and does it still fly everywhere?
No.
Yeah.
No,
of course not.
It's no.
Then
I think
maybe
maybe if you maybe if you shook the can, it might, but
then you're losing your champagne.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I'm not made of money over here. I'm buying canned champagne as it is.
Man, I'm rolling into a come and go and buying canned champagne. Taylor.
I did go to the liquor store, but I have been known to buy my fair share of gas station seltzers to spill all over your bookstore. So
I have to mop those up.
I know it. I feel so bad every time I do. Sorry.
A thing that happens anytime there's a comedy show at the bookstore is that I find fireball shots behind books in like the lit fiction section. I'm just like, come on. Like
Come on, people.
Yeah,
together.
I sell no books the entire night.
I will say that is not me. God. I just want to be able to go back and do shows at Bookmarks again so Josh can put on his alpha costume for me again.
And I will do it every time.
Thank you. Elaine has these really funny pictures of me and you both very clearly fucked up and doing a first look like a wedding, except you're in your Alf costume.
The Hoot and Holler live show is coming to Bookmarks, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
With guest Yakov.
I mean,
so y'all watch out for that.
You don't have to go into my brain and grab my greatest dream, but you just did. So, yeah. And he's wearing
Manifest it. Put it on the vision board.
He's wearing his, like, Russian... What are those called? The
hats?
Yeah.
I don't know what those are called.
Yeah.
I have one. I own one, but I call it my Russian hat.
Racist against Russians, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, wait, real quick. Something funny that I did see was Alyssa Milano
Oh,
God.
I'm already mad.
Wait,
I'm
we
already
have an
mad that
Italian.
you just have brought up. What?
We have an Italian American in the White House, everybody.
Oh, thank God.
Is
Progress. This is what progress looks like.
which one's Italian?
Jill Biden.
Jesus. Libs, please stop doing this. Just give us health care. We don't need
That's it. That's all we want.
We don't.
Please.
Or elect Christopher Soprano. Like, give us.
Okay, now this is a campaign I will 1000% get behind.
Yeah.
Oh, but actually, he disappointed me last week. I can't go into the layers, but he made a bad My Bloody Valentine post that really, really disappointed me.
Okay, well, let's elect him and then impeach him for doing a bad post. Which, I'm actually imagining a world where we do impeach someone for a bad post, which would be the funniest thing in the world.
I mean, that's pretty much what Trump was impeached for.
Yeah, pretty much.
Impeach for struggling through it. So yeah, no, I hope that he is having a bad day. That's all.
Same.
Yeah,
fuck.
cheers to Trump's bad day.
Yeah, no, fuck him. He's been horrible. Joe Biden will not be better, but...
Fuck Trump, fuck Biden too. They don't give a fuck about you. That was my favorite chant I heard from the protest this week.
Did they do that?
I love that.
Good.
That's my motto going forward.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't think we came up with a send-off in any of that, but...
No.
I mean, the send-off right now is something about Hooters and also fuck Biden.
Fuck Biden's Hooters.
Hooters.
Hooters. Hooters. Hooters.